Firstly, what's your assessment of these election results then?
Yes, it turns out that many voters that might have supported the PVV as sort of a protest vote ended up returning to the middle. So I think the mainstream definitely has won. Dutch voters have turned out to not want so much the extreme right as was predicted in the polls.
So how relieved do you think Mark Rutte will be? Did he fear defeat? Did he think it was a serious prospect?
Yes, I think he would have thought it was a serious prospect. Also because the opinion polls are often a little bit off when it comes to support for extreme right parties. So we were not that sure whether PVV was actually in second place or in first place. So he will definitely be relieved, even though he has lost quite a number of seats with respect to the previous elections.
How much influence do you think Wilders will still now be able to have on Dutch politics going forward over the next few years?
Well, his electorate, so this core electorate of representing about 20 seats at the moment, is very stable and is very attached to his party. So this is a force to be reckoned with in Dutch politics, even if it's clearly not the majority. Having said that, it seems very unlikely that they will be invited for coalition talks. So they will be excluded from government. And the new government, given that the left and progressive parties have won significantly in this election, the new government might be more inclusive and might be more attentive to the needs of lower socioeconomic classes. And those tend to be Wilders supporters. So if they do a good job in the coming years, his support might actually decline, but that all depends on the government.
Why do you think it was that at some stages in the campaign, Wilders actually led the opinion polls, but then at the last minute, voters seemed to move away from his party? What changed?
I think two things changed. Wilders became more and more provocative in his choice of words. A very pronounced anti-immigrant, anti-Islam agenda. So people who wanted to cast a protest vote, just a protest vote against the government and against the elite parties, might have started to think, this is a bit too extreme for me, so I prefer a protest vote for a more mainstream party. And you see that actually on the right, you see that VVD definitely gained also from strategic voting, and the Christian Democrats probably gained from that as well. And then what helped as well, of course, was the unfortunate diplomatic crisis with Turkey, where probably the Prime Minister gained some votes as well because of that.
OK, Carolien, thank you very much for talking to us.